Okay, we're going to be heading over to the mill here, and the first thing I got to do is clamp this in the vise. I don't have a big V-block. We are going to have to make a special tool for this though. We're going to end up making a special tool to do these undercuts, but we'll worry about that when we get there. So I'm just gonna, it doesn't need to be clamped tight anyway, real tight. Tight enough though. I learned my lesson the other day. Well, the reason I don't tighten it up real tight, I can show you. Get an indicator in there, but I can show you that this back jaw, if you tighten it up real tight, will start to flex. You know, it actually starts to give in here in the casting, and it moves around. Now the NC vices, that's a different story. They're made a little different, and those things you can clamp the crap out of them, and they don't move. But I don't have the money for one of those. I think they're around $1,200 or something like that. Oh no, they're more than that even, I think, the NC vices. Anyway, I can't afford it. Not for what I'm doing. I can't justify it. I should say. I could buy one, but I just can't justify doing that. All right, so let's get this dialed in so we can put that hole pattern in. And those are 632. That's what bolts it to the engine housing, the crank housing, crankcase. So let's see what we're at here. And then far away from there, about that far away from there, about that. All right, let's put the indicator on and see where we're at. This black dial best test is, I think, the third or fourth indicator that I bought while working, and it's actually my go-to indicator, the best test. I bought a tenths indicator. I got rid of it. I do not like it at all. Reason is that I couldn't justify having it, even though I was on a jig bore. I just didn't need it. Did not need it. All right, 0 over there. All right, and let's put the dial on 0, 0. And 4, so put it on 2. 0 it. I have an indicator in my toolbox that I probably use 3 times, and I hate it. And I should just actually sell it and get rid of it. And that's a gem. It's called a gem. It's a real gem. It's a double-faced indicator, dual face. I bought it because on the machine that I was running at the time was called Hydrotil, 3-spindle Hydrotil. It is a big machine, and I didn't want to have to go behind and look at the indicator behind them on the back side, because the dial was over on the console, and there was no such thing as a pendant at that time. This was a tape machine, read to tape. Tells you how old it was. I was back in the 70s, and it was a big machine. We did, I don't know if you know, Brutan We did a lot of Bruten side plates and weapons rail ribs, the ribs that go inside the weapons rails. And we did some, actually did some stuff for the cruise missile. Okay, we'll zero everything out. I'll show you that gem. I'll show you the gem. She's a gem. And like I say, I used it, I think I used it 3 times. Let's back up here so I can show you. Comes in a box and it's got all its attachments in there. And here's the indicator. It's a gem. And then you flip the little lever and needles set on a, what do you call it, not corrugated, but got grooves in it that it sits in. So, and I think I used this indicator probably 3 times in its life. It's not an indicator that I like. I should try to sell it and get rid of it. Center drill. The center drill. If you break the tip off of it, don't fret, don't huss, don't get mad and fret, because it's easy to get those tips out. What you do is you take that exact same center drill that you broke the tip off and you grind half of it away, just like that. And you go back in that same hole, and that little bit that you leave on there, on that, the little bit that you leave on there, I don't know if you can see it, it'll tree pan it right out. So that's what happened here. I broke the tip, ground half of it away, you know, half or a little, even just slightly more than half of it, and then went back in the same hole and tree panned it out. I learned that many years ago. I broke center drill. Center drills, it's no big deal. To me, it's so what? No big deal. Okay, the moment I turn the camera off, I find one. All right, so here we are at the first hole. Tap drill size for a, what did I say, 632? Yep, 632 is a 106, so probably go a little bit bigger than an 1/8 inch. I'm just going to eyeball it. Okay. Number 2. Number 3. See, now on the NC machine I could have punched those numbers in and probably been done. But it's not all it's cracked up to be either. Setting it up sometimes is a pain. But if you got a lot of them to do, a lot of parts to do, that's the only way to go. If you only got one, Really not worth it. Oop, went by it. And number 5. Okay, now we're ready for the drill. And put this back to where I can find it. All right, and the drill, tap drill size for 632. My handy dandy idiot card. 632 is a number 36 drill. Number 36. 36106. I'm just going to check the drill size just to make sure. I've ran into a couple that I put the drill in the wrong spot. That's right. Now, how deep do we go? How deep? How deep do they call them out to be? 1/4 inch deep only. Which is actually kind of crazy. There's nothing in the way of any of them. I'm going to go a little deeper than that. 1.5 times the diameter of the screw is maximum strength. So I'm going to go 2 times the diameter. So, oh, wait a minute, that is 250 is 2 times the diameter. What am I thinking? So 250 is maximum thread. Well, we're going to set it like that. And we're going to set the stop, and then I'm going to crank it up 250. I got to crank my stops all the way up, well, or cheat and put my spacer in. I'll have to crank it all the way up then. Right there. I do that every now and then. I'll put a spacer in the quill stop so that I don't have to crank it all the way up. 1, 2, 50. Actually, I'm gonna go 300. 300's all. All right, next, back to 4. back to 3. Number 2. We're not going to tap them right away. We're going to use these pins to drill the lifter holes. Okay. Take the drill and put it away. Well, actually, we'll need that drill because we're going to use it as a pin again. And I will need to get my knee over here again. Take that out. So we'll end up setting on the 2 pins again, or 2 drills. I keep saying pins, but I'll end up putting 2 drills in there, line it up, and then the lifter holes go in here. 2 lifter holes go in there on each spot. So I need my knee. Get my knee, unless I could do it this way too. You know, I could do it that way instead of just put a parallel on top of here and then drop this in. I'll do it that way. I will do it that way. But I want to pick up this edge, back edge first, so I know where I'm at. I could use the edge finder, but I'm going to use my indicator in my chair again. I bought this chair. I had another one and I sold it and bought this one because it's got a magnet in it. But the magnet isn't that strong. I wish that magnet was a little stronger. I suppose I could take and drill it out and mess with it, but because a lot of times if you put too much load on it with the indicator, it'll push it off. All right. Oop, take my block out. All right, now we'll take it down in there and we'll just kind of eyeball it to the center. And right about there. Zero. Get my mirror. Get my mirror so I can look in the back side. Zero there. I'm not even touching. I'm not even close. Holy smokes. Zero. Four. Put it on a 2. Right there. Zero. Okay, and 0 on the surface plate. And now we got to drill and ream 1/8-inch holes in 10 places, and the first row is 325 and the second row is 575. All right, let's get a drill chuck here. And crank our Y to 325. $325 right there. Looking for a center drill that I can use. I'll use this one. And an 1/8 inch, so we want to drill it to, I'm going to go with a 120 drill. And now we need an 1/8 inch reamer. I need a 125 reamer. I got all the smaller reamers in the 125s in this, so let's see if we can find it right away. I don't think that's it. Hard to read. Hard to read them anymore. That's 126. It's 127. I'll bet you this is it because it's all the markings have been worn off, so it's been used a lot. And we will make it to see. Yep, this is it, 125 right here. All right. Mic back away. Put these away. I got 125 and a half, 126, 127. All right, so let's ream that. And I'm going to get the Molly D to ream that. A little Molly D on that. Alright, and we move to 575. Right there. A little Molly D on that. All right, first hole done. I'm going to give that a little blow the chips away. And now we will take it out and we'll move to the next set. Make sure we have all the chips off of all the locating surfaces. Make sure the drills are down. Okay.